So we're going back to my old neck of the woods where my brother and my mom lived. This is where we saw a lot of destruction in my life. And it's not so pretty. But I like to do this so people can see, because right now they see like the happy Ericka, the Ericka that seems to be well put together, or whatever people's perceptions are. But I know my roots, and I want people to know me and where I came from, where I truly came from. It's crazy because we used to walk up and down this busy street, and I'm like in second grade, first grade. I can't imagine my son walking up and down the street. And there's the park we used to go to all the time over there. But like now this road doesn't seem so big coming back. You know, as a kid, everything seemed so much bigger. Here's the bus stop. Just so different. Okay, we're pulling up. This used to be my home. It's so crazy coming back here as an adult. I am driving. Mind you, I used to have to ride the bus to school, the city bus to school. And here I am, an adult, driving to my old apartment. And not just a place where I live, but a place where I suffered the most. That's what's crazy, you know? Here we are. The candy house was over here. Smaller now. When you're an adult, you know, in the past they just seem so big. And the candy house is right here. Mr. James, we loved him. He used to come over here. Okay. So can I tell you about a memory I just had, a flashback? This boy, he was much bigger than me, but he was my same age. And if I didn't do the things that he wanted me to do, he would beat me up, literally. He would punch me in my face. I've had so many bloody nose and busted lips from this dude. And I remember the last time it was right here, because I had just come from that candy house, and I did not give him my Skittles. And he was so mad because I told him no, because I never told him no. It kind of makes me sad. It really does. You know what's so crazy? It's 25 years later, and I used to knock on this door crying for my mom to open it. And a lot of times she didn't, because she was either high or she wasn't here. And the fact that I'm here now, she's gone. Like, I'm never gonna, she can never open the door because she's gone, you know? And it kind of makes me sad that she's gone. This is our little spot. We used to sit right here. Oh yeah, I used to sit right here and do my homework after knocking on the door, crying or whatever. I would sit right here and do my homework. And I would try to convince my brothers to do the same thing. Just because that's where I found my value. My teachers told me that I was smart, and they saw something in me, and I wasn't getting affirmed at home. And so that made me feel good. Even though I was sitting on this floor, kids out here playing, my friends would say, come on, let's play. And I wanted to do my homework. And then I would come over here sometimes and sit on this porch, on these steps, and wonder if she was coming back today. Does she love me? Just all these crazy things. My brother, he was younger, so he would just play. He didn't care. And I would sit right here, just like this. Would go out there and play baseball with the kids. Like, she just had such a good spirit when she wasn't high. She was who I loved, you know. But the other times I felt powerless. And that's what these steps represented for me. I felt powerless as a kid. My mom not opening the door, just not having anybody. But coming back here wasn't so amazing, just how life comes full circle, that I do feel empowered. I feel powerful. And that's why I want to help people. Because where I came from is not pretty. It's not glamorous. But it's real. It was my reality. I'm so thankful. So thankful. And I wonder if these kids feel like how I feel. Not really realizing the economic situation, but just the lack, you know? So we used to play Foursquare on that cement that looks like a square over there. And this drug dealer named Cowboy, he came out and was trying to interrupt our game, and I had the ball. And he was like, throw me the ball. And I said, no. No, actually I said, ain't, because I'm country. And he said, what you say? And I said, ain't, we playing Foursquare. And he said, if your little ass don't throw me the ball, I'm gonna do something to you. And I got so scared. And my brother came up to me immediately and took the ball and threw it to him. And I know I was gonna give him the ball, but my brother knew more about Cowboy than I did, how dangerous he was. And I think that scared him. But I remember him with his leather coat and his cowboy hat. This place is so different. It's so different. But it feels the same. Does that make sense? Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day, okay? Okay, so these right here, these are new. These are an upgrade, I guess you could say. Right here, we actually had a swing set that didn't have any swings. So it was really just the frame, the poles. And the kids would like do races on each side of the poles. We had to be creative, you know? And then over here, there was a merry-go-round. And that merry-go-round is the merry-go-round that my brother and I would sleep on sometimes, because we could see if the light came on in the apartment, if his mom came home. The majority of the time, that's where my brother slept, because I would go to my best friend's house, who actually lives around the corner. Yeah, this is where it all started, kind of, you know? Oh my God. So the day I saw this drug dealer point a gun to my mom's head and told me that he was going to kill her if I didn't leave, like he was going to kill her in front of me, he told me to leave. I ran down the breezeway over here to my best friend Pooh's house. That was my best friend. And I ran up the stairs. But as I was running, another drug dealer stopped me. His name was Chris. And for whatever reason, I had like a schoolgirl crush on him, or he was just really nice to me and my brother. And he saw me crying right off these steps right here. It's so crazy. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, Primo is in there. He's going to kill my mama. He told me, you know, he has a gun in her head. So I'm about to call the police. And he was like, do not call the police. So here he is reasoning with me, a little girl, and I'm trusting him, not realizing he's a criminal too. You know, he was a drug dealer, but I believed him. And so I said, okay, I'm not going to call the police. And I ran to Pooh's house, and I was just crying. And I didn't tell them what happened because I didn't want them to call the police so Chris wouldn't be mad at me. It's just so crazy how your situation or whatever you're exposed to can really manipulate you in the way that you think about stuff and process stuff. So that was like my hideaway. I would go to Pooh's house over there when her mom would let me spend a night. And she knew the situation with me and my brother, so that was always my refuge, if you will. Is the bus stop. And we had to pay to get on the bus. Some days we didn't have money. We have to come out here and ask people, can we have a quarter? You know, because it used to cost 25 cents to get on the bus to go to school. And my mom would give me and my brother like $5 every other Friday. Which brings me to the truck. The truck. There was this huge white truck. He would park right there where that sign is. Every Friday, everybody loved going to the truck. You can get you some pig feet, a hamburger, chips, candy, whatever you wanted at that truck right there. So the leasing office used to be over there. One day, the leasing office burned down. And the rumor was my mom did it. And the kids at school that lived in these same apartments as me, they would be like, crazy Penny burned down the office. And I would always take up for her. I'm like, no, she didn't. She wouldn't do something like that. And maybe a few months later, I heard my mom on the phone and she admitted to doing that. We probably shouldn't tell them that. It's probably not good. But she admitted to doing that. Walk over here to see if this creek was here, because we had to find stuff to do, you know. There was a creek. There's this creek there. We all used to hang out at the creek. Go under, and it would lead into, you know, more woods and more water and dirt and mud. But we used to have so much fun down there. It's amazing how different life is now. Like with my son, he has no concept of creeks or playing outside the way that we did all day, all night. And so we found stuff like this to do. And it's not even pretty, but it was fun, you know? So why do I do this? For those kids like me living in a situation or an environment like this, I don't know their situation, but for hurting people, because I was hurting. And that emotion came up today. And so, the fact that I can come back to this place and not look like I came from here, to give people hope, like, that is what excites me. That is the power that I was talking about. To give people a little bit of my power so they can grow up and be powerful in their own right, you know? To give people hope. That is my purpose, to give people hope.